Welcome, friends. Thank you. Good to have you. You know what you're looking at? That's right. I got to get that battery out of there. Yeah, feeling a little under the weather today. A couple weeks ago, had a, sinus infection that turned into, RSV. It could be anything, right? And then it started coming down here and producing lung jello. And it cleared up after about 10 days. At least I had a fever for about a day, and then it stopped. And then in a couple of days I was fine. And I woke up the last couple of mornings just not feeling 100% after starting to feel really good. So I don't know if I caught something. So anyway, I've been kind of hanging around the homestead. And I decided, let's just kind of do some dusting, clean some things up in the office, which I do, from time to time, not often, but from time to time. And I pulled out my trusty flashlight that my dad gave me back in the day, and it's an old Army surplus. Well, I don't think so I don't know the entire story. My dad just said, "Here, I have something for you. This will be a good flashlight." And this was 50 years ago. And I know my dad was at Pearl Harbor because, as the story goes, he had that day off on that Sunday. And he didn't have to report to the radio room that he was in. Evidently, that got bombed first. Had my dad been at work that day, I probably wouldn't be around. So I'm very grateful that he had the day off. Anyway, he said, "Here, I've had this for a very long time, since the wartime," and I kind of remember him saying that. So I don't know if he got it at the commissary, if it was issued to him, I don't know. But look, it's kind of choppy in there. And the real story about this is, I usually check my batteries, make sure things light up every couple of months. And it's been at least since, well, this is February when I'm recording this, February 2025. It was probably February 2024 the last time I looked at it, a year ago. But these batteries have been in here for a very long time. I'm going to say since before moving out to Texas. So that's been almost 8 years. And I check it all the time, and it's fine. No problems. Many of you know I had some kind of major surgery, and I put a lot of things on hold. That was in August of 2024. And I put a lot of things on hold, like checking batteries and all that. I just couldn't do it, right? And so yesterday, I was like, I'm just cleaning. Oh yeah, I better check this. I flipped the switch and nothing came on. And it's like, oh no. I unscrewed it. Well, before I unscrewed it, actually, I got juice on me. Hang on, I got to clean this up.
Moments later.
Okay, sorry about that. That's potassium hydroxide that comes out of that battery. I didn't realize it was collecting in the cup. And when I had to wash that off. That stuff ain't going to be good. I was telling you that I noticed this on the bottom when I picked up the flashlight. And it's corroded through. So I'm gonna clean this up. I think the best approach is to drill a hole in the battery, spray some WD-40 inside the battery compartment to try to get things to kind of lubricate a little bit, and then put a screw in and then try to pull it out. I've got nice long deck screws like this, and I should be able to pull it out. I hope. And maybe I'll put the WD-40 as the very last thing I do before I start pulling it out. Okay, as I can shake this up and down. The battery is moving in and out of there, so maybe it's not so bad as I thought. But oh, look at that. Ooh, That's pretty gooey. All right. Try to. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was like. Sorry about that. You kind of missed that, but it was like a good. All right. The real issue is I got to get this stuff out of here. The potassium hydroxide is going to continue to eat away at this plastic. I got to clean all this up, throw those batteries away. And maybe we'll look and see how old these Energizer batteries, I don't want to touch it, really are. All right, perhaps I can take this and unscrew it with my pliers. There you go. That'll come out. I've got to, yeah, I got to save all this. Do I just rinse it out with water? I could. There's no real metal here except for the metal I just pulled out, and then I can clean that some other way. Yeah, and before I do that, I might spray a little WD-40 in there. If anything, that might help neutralize. And the same thing here. All right. Let's go rinse it out. Wear eye protection. You didn't need to see me do all that, did you? I just went out into the garden area or the lawn and shot some water in there. I was careful not to get it all over me. And it looks okay. It's cleaned out for the most part. I'll let this dry while I do some surgery to this part. Just taking a close look at that. It's US, and I can't tell because it got corroded and eaten up, but it is US Electric Corporation manufacturing out of New York. If any of you know more about this thing, let me know. Now I gotta get this part off, which is where the light bulb is housed. It looks okay. Oh man, it is so here. It is so kind of full of that white junk. You know, I gotta get that cleaned out. I'll do the same. I'll spray a little bit of WD-40 in there to keep some lubrication in there. There's metal parts that help the battery do its thing. Here's a thing. Does that mean anything to any of you guys out there? Yeah, it had a whole lot of, I guess, paper in there. It's kind of filler so the batteries stayed in, I guess. They were so, I had to pull it out. You want to see that? It was that. Yeah. Kind of a mess. Oh, wait. It's got writing on it. Maybe this isn't a part of it. Oh, look at that. Okay, I got to decipher some of this. That's my handwriting. It says me, '05 September video. I don't even remember doing this. Tried. I wrote that. That was me that put that stupid paper in there. Oh man, I hit record and my batteries are gonna die. So if this, I need new batteries for this thing. I'll just put a little bit of spritzer in there, kind of slishy it around. I'm gonna go change batteries and then I'll be right back. All right, it's been sitting for a while. Put some gloves on. Probably should have done that right from the get-go. Let's clean all this out. Get all that schmucks out of there. Yeah, there's a lot of schmuck in there. I'll have to find one of these. I love these things. They're quite handy. It's going to help me get some of that garbage out of there. There you go. I don't know what that is. It could be, yeah, stuff coming through the plastic. Well, WD-40 can't hurt, right? We've talked about WD-40. You know what that really is, right? It's a formula that was used as a water repellent, or, you know, to get moisture off of things that were going into space. And I don't know how you feel about it, but this whole we're going to Mars thing.
To plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
It's kind of reminiscent of we're going to put a man on the moon before this decade is over. You know that whole speech, right?
To achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
Whether you think that's a nutty idea or not, I will say it created a level of technological supremacy. At least it demonstrated we kind of knew what we were doing, even though there were problems with the whole space program. It was expensive and all of that, but we were the first people to get to the moon. And from that, things like Velcro, WD-40, you know, stuff that we kind of maybe take for granted these days, we wouldn't have if we didn't have the incentive to go off into space and to do crazy things like go to the moon. And some of you may think, you know, we pretended to go to the moon, but we got WD-40 out of it, even if that were the case. All right, I'm gonna let this kind of sit for a little while. I got this to kind of put on a buffing wheel, and the same thing with this. I gotta buff it out, and then maybe we'll assemble everything, put a battery in. Before we do that, we'll look at the old batteries, see if I can get this thing working.
Cleaning battery acid. 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 Cleaning battery acid.
All right, let's look at these batteries. Yeah, oh yeah, it's well, that's probably because it got stuck in there. They did their job for a while. There's no date on these. That's kind of what I was hoping to find, was a date. Let's take a look at that thing and make sure that it's cleaned up. We'll kind of wipe it down. Is that plastic or glass? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is a piece of glass. Rather than WD-40 on there, I'm going to proper wash that off with some soapy water. But I will give this a clean down. I have no idea if the bulb is working. I won't know that until I put a battery in it. And then the question is, do I have any C or D size batteries? And I think the answer is yes. The way you get this out is you unscrew this guy, and there's your bulb. Looks good. I can see the filament is intact, so it should be okay. What I might do is do a quick, let's take that out, and I'll put this metal ring on the buffing wheel, clean it up, because it's got to make metal contact. What's kind of nice about this parabola is that it's all metal. Yeah, it's quite nice. They knew how to make it in the day. Let me go clean that glass. It's all cleaned up. Even has a little bit of chip there. Put that in. That's probably why they decided to go with plastic at some point, so it wouldn't break. Oh, by the way, this little clip thing here, if you notice, it's got a little clip that's for a spare bulb. I need to get another bulb so I could have it spare. This goes in the cap, the back cap. And then this will go in there. Let's put this thing back together, shall we? Oh, this has got to go in first, maybe? Yeah, there you go. And then this goes in. That'll go up there. Now the only thing I need to do is, you know, get some batteries in there. Let's see if the gosh darn thing works. You see that? March 2014. These batteries are 11 years old, and they've been in the refrigerator since we lived in California. We brought them here and thought, you know, they're only 3 years older than they need to be. They'll work. And then they became 11 years older. Let's wipe these down. Here we go, guys. Is it going to work? What do you think? Leave a comment below before I do it. Is it going to work? Goes ka-thunk in there. That goes in there good. No working. Blast. Scrape away at that a little bit. And that's what this spring is supposed to go on. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work well. Okay, well, it could be the batteries. It could be something else. I tested everything. Everything works. I just have a feeling it's because I need to put a little bit of Teflon tape. Let's see, which way do I turn this? I gotta go this way. Put a little Teflon tape on here, and it ought to bite a little better, and I have a feeling that's probably what has been the problem. All right, are we gonna see the flashlight? Yeah. All right, I gotta find a way to keep this bottom thing on. I think the threads are all stripped on there, but now look, it works. It's working. And you go to momentary switch, you go to always on switch. Okay. Now we have another trouble. How do I get that thing? How do I get this thing to stay on there? Black nylon tape. That's going to be my last ditch effort. I'm going to put a little of this on there, and I'll leave the Teflon on. Let's see. It's got to go this way. Got to go with. Got to go with. Here we go. Cut this guy. Put that on there. I can't cover my. There you go. I can't cover that metal. Let's see if this will go on. Yeah, it goes on pretty good without batteries. Now, with all that tension, will it work? Oh, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, look! It worky! Oh my gosh! The one click and then you have momentary, yay! You have full click and it's on. On, off. On, off. No flashing, no other weird stuff, no, half power, none of that. This is old school, guys. Although, half click and you do get momentary to work. And then you get I'm going to now store this without the batteries in it anymore and just put the batteries next to it when I need it. And it's good to know that 11-year-old Duracells, 11 years past expiration, March 2014 was when those batteries expired. It still works. It still works. I feel better now. I'll see you on the next one.
See you next time.